Today I'm joined here with Heather Dow. She is the manager of the Service Sports Center, and today we're going to be talking about the updates and upgrades that they're currently making to the facility. Thank you for coming in first off. So tell me first off, what are the updates that you guys are currently doing?
Well, thanks for having us, Abby. Really, some updates are to the fitness center primarily. Really, these updates were actually in place a couple years ago, but now we're actually following through with some of them because we wanted to make sure we're doing it correctly. One, we just changed the fitness desk and the location of it. The actual original desk was actually been there for 13 years and it's wear and tear, so it needed to be changed. But we wanted to locate it in an area that made the most use of our one-person staff because we have a very lean staff. And in doing so, in the future, we want to add a phase to it where we're adding perhaps a security barrier at some point. Really just to monitor the safety and security in our fitness center, but also make sure that we have patrons sometimes that walk in without paying, and we want to make sure that everybody is fairly, is paying fairly for their services offered. And in doing so, we're also providing security for our fitness center overall. So that's primarily one of the changes. Another part of that project is really looking at our elevator. Our elevator goes to the third floor freely, but the fitness track is really something you user pay. So we want to make sure we're going to add, in the future, we're going to add a barrier. It's called a limiting device to no different than you see in any hotel, that you can only access that third floor if you've got a proximity card. So that's going to be coming in the short while as well. And really just trying to make it safer for people up there, and really the people that have actually paid or are getting the best experience up there as well. Mm-hmm. We've also instilled a different format for signing in hockey teams and such, because we do allow them to use the facility for warm-ups for games. And really it's just we're formulating a sign-in, sign-out, where we're kind of going over the rules and really being mindful of the people on the track that are using it as well, that they respect them while they're here in Lloydminster. Sometimes it's our own teams, sometimes it's visiting teams. So we want to make sure that whole area is kind of a little safer and secure. Another facet of that whole fitness track experience is, and even myself, I've used it and I've seen mothers running and doing their thing and their kids are there, but they're not really engaged in what their parents are doing. I've seen them running with them, which is awesome, but every once in a while they're off to the side. So we actually maybe want to instill some sort of, it could be hopscotch, it could be anything on the floor, just to make it kind of fun and really engaging because we want to keep all these kids active. Yeah. And it's nice to see that families are up there. Actually, I was up there a few weeks ago and a grandma was up there with her grandchildren. Wow. She was working out and her 3 grandchildren working out with her, which was really kind of cool to see.
So what are these kind of updates, what will they mean to the people who actually use those and like those facilities, like you said, like mentioning the children having those areas for them? What will that create for those people who actually pay and go and use these facilities?
Well, the whole goal of any fitness center and specifically the Service Sports Center is we want to keep people active. We also want to keep people secure, and we also want to make sure people pay because that keeps our lights on, so to speak. So really we want to engage people more to be active in the city, and if that's seeing more kids doing fun things around the track while their parents or grandparents are working out, that's awesome. So the more kind of engaging things that we could do, the better it is, I think, for everyone.
And really quickly before we wrap up, will there be any future projects or updates, and when will these current ones be finished?
These ones will hopefully be finished, depending on budget, 'cause some quotes are still coming in, so depending on budget, by the end of the year. And we actually have a phase 2 of the LED project that we started last year. We'll be starting on Monday. And that is a $210,000 project where all the remaining lighting in the facility is changed to LEDs. And that's very exciting for us because our ballasts are failing on some of our fluorescent lights. 13 years. Yeah. The bulbs are expensive. To dispose of the bulbs are expensive. We have maintenance costs up from labor to change the bulbs and shut down revenue-oriented area of the facility. So in the end, the LED lights are a win-win for everybody, and it's really going to just cut our carbon footprint, which was awesome for our facility. It's going to cut our operational costs. It's going to cut our maintenance costs, and we actually have better quality lighting, which is super exciting to see. And that does include the parking lot, which it can be dark at times, so we're really excited to see how bright it's going to be.
Well, this definitely does sound like a win-win situation for everyone. So thank you so much for coming in and explaining. It's always great when these types of facilities, get the upgrades and the updates that they need to, make the environment just more welcoming to those who enjoy using them. So thank you for coming in.
Thank you, Abby. Thanks for having me.